Hello everyone, this is Samantha from Girl vs. Game. This isn't just my first video for hackers, aka Ergo, but it is my literal first video, so please bear with me, and I'm looking forward to making some more, maybe like this one in the future. What I wanted to do here was showcase the way hacking works in Ergo. I'm not going to explain how the actual game works too much. If you want more information, just check the links in the description or in the ridiculously long text write-up I did on Tumblr. This is my personal network setup. I have a lot of upgraded security, which makes obviously it very hard to hack unless you're using something like Retrace, which is a program that can be used with the Access or Stealth program, which opens up a whole separate, timer aside from the 3 minutes that you get. It's standard when you hack somebody else. So, funny story about this particular user, Zafir. Let's see, Zafir XF8 or XFB. If you do happen to find this on YouTube, I said I would, and I did. You didn't respond to the README on your core, but you couldn't because your 2 hacks you attempted while I was out were unsuccessful, so I'm assuming that you wanted me to do this revenge video, so here it is. I think I found him first searching through the world map, but I have successfully hacked him completely, resources and core, a few times, while each time he retraces me hasn't been able to get too far without being shut out. So let's go ahead and take a look at what Zafir has been doing while I've been away, and I'm going to show you guys how I get him back, unfortunately for him, every time. So let's go ahead and take a look at this replay. Zafir today tried a few different things. We're going to take a look at this particular replay with the battering ram, the protector, the worms, the ice wall, shurikens, and blaster. He went all out here, so let's take a look. And just kind of see what he did and maybe help him out. He is level 20, so I'm not sure if he has anything else like a blaster or... Yeah, basically blaster would have helped him a lot here. His programs are all upgraded to either 2 or 3, which is okay, but that's also why he had a little bit trouble getting past these clusters of defenses I have here. I'm not really sure why he didn't use his worms. He holds on to them pretty much the whole time. I don't think he uses them at all. He uses more of his shurikens and his blasters, which... If he had the worms going behind all of that, he might have gotten farther with what he had than he did, but I don't know exactly why. Maybe it was a resources thing. He didn't have the B coins to make more worms or didn't think it was worth it. I don't know. So right here, pause the video for a second or replay for a second to take a look. Eventually, he's going to have to use his battering ram program to break these code gates to get anything, resources, my core, to make the hack successful. Battering ram takes a lot of time, and especially if it's not really upgraded. And unfortunately, when battering ram makes it through the code gate, which you'll see it in this replay, it does not infect any other nodes. It doesn't have any other purpose. It just takes up a slot that you can fill with another program. So I personally don't like battering ram. I would much rather use blaster, and I'll pretty much show you why later when I hack Zafir back, because it has many more uses for the same amount of space and about the same cost, depending on what level you have it upgraded to. But it can shut down more nodes and serves the same purpose for code gates at least, while also disabling firewalls and other security programs. So it'll take down anything that's attached to the node that you drop it on, which makes it way more useful than battering ram, which is only good against code gates. So let's see where this goes. Alright, he gets pushed back here by the turret. Hasn't made it to the code gate yet, or dropped his battering ram yet. He's not using his protector. Okay, there he goes. He's used all of his ice walls, so he really has to get somewhere from here because he only has one protector left. And the security is pretty strong with those upgraded turrets. Yeah. I would have put the protectors on these. I'm gonna pause this real quick. On both of these turrets, because you have the antivirus replication, I guess you could call it, from the code gates coming at you, and you also have the sentry if it loses your control, and of course this turret down here, which isn't as strong, but he placed this protector on this turret, which I guess was an okay idea, but personally I would have put it here or on this sentry and saved one or an ice wall at least for this middle turret here, so the code gates, that gives you more time for these battering rams to do their job. And I don't understand why you dropped them both. Or I'm sorry, I don't understand why he dropped them both here. He really didn't need to. I don't know how many of you have played Ergo, or how often Zephyr has used battering ram, but you only need one. If there is two code gates, your one battering ram will break the one, and then it will automatically go to break the other one. So you don't need to use two. One will suffice if both code gates are connected to that node. So that's just a little trick I thought I'd let you know. Maybe save you some resources in making or using those battering rams to break those code gates. So. Excuse me. So he's probably, yeah, he's running out of stuff. If he had dropped those worms, he probably would have gotten a little bit further. If he had used just the one battering ram, just in case he got bumped off here, he would have been able to go back and still try to hit those code gates from that turret. But now he used his worms, okay. I would have dropped those a little bit earlier, but that's fine. You only have 30 seconds here, give or take. And he just keeps getting bumped off by the upgraded security. Again, that's the code gates are really strong, guys. They are very strong. And I think he realized that there was no way that this was going to be successful in the amount of time he had, which he disconnected at 20 seconds. But he really gave it a good try. Totally respect him for it. He didn't have to. I took all of his stuff earlier, so I'm sorry. But I'm about to do it again, just to kind of teach you, it's definitely not a malicious thing. I'm not trying to be mean or pick on anybody or bully anybody. There is no right or wrong way to hack somebody in this game. It is whatever works, whatever gets you their resources, whatever gets you their core, whatever gets you what you want. And of course, those reputation points. So I'm going to disconnect from this replay and let's start a Retrace revenge hack on Mr. Zephyr. First, I'm going to check and make sure all of my programs are in order, and usually I queue them way before I actually use them. If I'm doing a lot of hacks at once, I will use credits. I have no problem throwing the developers of this game's money. I love it. It's fun. And I use most of those credits to finish my program compiling early so I can hack people over and over and over. The way I prefer to go into especially really highly protected networks is to use Access and Wraith. And Wraith and Access are hard to develop. They cost a lot of B coins. So you really need to kind of harvest and sit on your B coins that you get from other hacks and stuff like that, missions, to unlock them. You will eventually need them for your campaign. Wraith is 100 B coins a pop, so if you're going to use it, you kind of want to make it worth it. In this case, I know it will be. I'm sorry, Zephyr. I'm really sorry. It is kind of easy with Wraith to break through networks that don't have layered security. As you saw in my network, I have multiple security measures on top of each other. The turrets on top of turrets, the sentry on top of code gate, and so on and so forth. Because when you go in with Wraith and access program, you have a very limited amount of time to shut down as many security measures as you can. And it's totally separate from those 3 minutes you get when you hack somebody on a standard basis. So you kind of want to go in and get all the really hard hitters, like the really upgraded stuff, those code gates, which are a pain in the butt, and go back in with like worms or something else. Usually you won't use leeches. That's one way of doing it. I personally don't, but you know, whatever works. So everything's in order. I'm going to go ahead and go in on him with Wraith. I have some ice walls. I have worms upgraded. 3 blasters, which like I said, they are upgraded to level 2, but I definitely prefer them over battering ram. 1 leech, 2 protectors, and 1 level 2 kraken. So let's go ahead and pay Saphir a visit. Again, buddy, I'm so sorry that we have to meet like this, especially again. And maybe you can learn something from me and give another shot. Anytime you guys see that screen name, Sinister Pixels, if you're playing Ergo, don't feel bad if you hack me. I totally won't be mad at you. These, the hacks are a lot of fun. This game is a lot of fun, so, and we can learn a lot from each other. So let's go ahead and get this done. Everything's set up. Let's go ahead and retrace him. See if he did anything different to his network. He did not. So, I'm going to go in right here on this net connection with access. I'm going to break these code gates. Hopefully get rid of this ice. That turret, guardian. And okay, I wasn't able to get that, but that's okay. I have blaster for that. Blaster's so useful, guys. So useful. So many things you can do with it. I dropped Kraken just to ensure that I'm going to go in on his core. It doesn't matter. Kraken's going to seek out the core anyways, regardless of what the worms do in the meantime. They're just to also ensure that I can get some resources at the same time, and not just the points for downloading the core. So all these purple nodes are shut down. They won't do anything. I do have to use Ice Wall and Protector to ward off the sentry and the turret here. But it's not too big of a deal. They aren't that upgraded. I don't know if he always had these 2 scanners here, to be honest. He might have done that because of me. I'm going to drop Protector here. Hopefully get it in there before it's shut down. I did. Okay. I'm going to put an ice wall on this sentry and a blaster so I can get through here a little bit faster. I don't really need to put a blaster here, I don't believe. I might. I think he did rebuild this since last time I hacked him. He might have actually changed some things around, which is, hey, I mean, more power to you. I'm going to put a worm on here just to ensure that I can get in on his core. But he doesn't have a lot of defense on his core and his resources, so it's no big deal. I'm going to drop a leech just to ensure I get that success. So now I'm in his database and his Bcoin mixer and Bcoin farms. I'm sorry, can't think of the names of them right now. I've almost got all of his resources. This one's not going to give me anything because it's under construction, but this Bcoin mixer will. And maybe I can get some of that up. And this hack is going to be done in about 20 seconds. So, hack successful, 100%. Was able to get away with everything. Unfortunately, though, Saphir, once again, I've hacked you. I apologize. It was fun, though. And here is, and I totally did. Search your SN on YouTube. Actually, search girl versus game. Yeah. Shameless self-promotion there. Alright guys, that's the end of this video. Really appreciate you viewing it. Leave a like if you enjoyed it. If not, leave a comment below. Just let me know what I could do different. Again, I really appreciate it. I plan to make more videos like this in the future, so please subscribe, check back in, bookmark it, and check out my blog if you get a chance. Thank you so much. Have a good one next time.